Hello and welcome to my channel, Inviting Possibilities Tarot. My name's Rochelle and I am doing the weekly reading for the collective. I meant to do this reading last week. I even tried. I actually got through a fair amount of it. However, there were a lot of not just kitty confirmations, but kitty distractions. And at one point I had to get up. And I was just like, you know what? It wasn't working anyway. I was feeling stuff. I was going through stuff. And right on the tail end of that, I got hit with another sickness. Oh boy. Twice in 1 month. It's kind of insane. Because I rarely get sick. And especially, where it takes me down. So it was really a message. A message from the universe, which I've been getting for a while through my readings, and other ways too, of just like, take a pause. In fact, my last reading, successful reading that I posted was the St. Patrick's Day reading, and there was a clear message about taking a pause in there, and I was like, I wonder who that's for. It's for me. So anyway, yeah, here I am, finally feeling better, feeling like I'm ready to re-enter the land of the living. I actually had a fever for 3 days. I was down. It was rough. So anyway, feeling better. Actually in a decent mood today, which is amazing. I put some prosperity dust on the table. I got my tea. I'm gonna take some right now. Take it like a tonic. So yeah, the other big part of this narrative is everything that's going on. We'll say astrologically. It's more energetically. The astrology speaks to the energies that are happening. It's not that the astrology necessarily makes the things happen. It points to things. Anyway, let's see. So, well, we're coming to the end of March. And so March, I've been hearing from everybody, basically, craziest month of the year. And I don't know about you, but I have experienced this myself in various ways. And, and it always happens where you just don't know what to expect, and then you get hit with stuff and you're like, oh, that's what they were talking about. For me it was getting sick, but there were other things too. We had a full moon lunar eclipse. Mercury went retrograde. Venus has been retrograde. When's it happening? I just heard it this morning, but sadly my brain isn't quite up to speed yet. But no, we're not there yet. There's a whole thing with like signs changing, big like outer planets changing, and so this is like changing everything on a massive scale. Of course within our own lives, but like in the collective on a macro level. And so anyway, there's something else I'm forgetting too. There's like been all these big things that are happening, and yeah, here we are. So I hope you are doing well. Leave me a comment. Tell me about what's going on in your life. because wow, this has been really intense. So I'm going to read from my little book, Think. No, keep going. Yeah. Huh. Ultimately, you have no choice but to feel what you are feeling. I love that. That's been something that I have really been consciously working on embracing. When feelings come up, to just let them be there. Sit with them. It's a practice I've been working on for a long time, but I've only really, I feel like I've only started to, I don't want to say master it because I haven't mastered anything, but that I've become more able to allow it to happen. Ultimately, you have no choice but to feel what you are feeling. Your feelings are energy, and they're also information. They're there for a reason. They're there for you to look at something that needs to be addressed. And when feelings aren't addressed, when they're shoved aside, pushed down, they literally get lodged in the body and cause all kinds of havoc. It's so fun. And you know, I have this book by Louise Hay called You Can Heal Your Life. And it correlates physical problems with what might be going on emotionally. And this is, this woman, she's a pioneer. She worked with people for, years, decades, in creating this book. And and it's really interesting because for me, for example, getting sick twice in a month, immediately that makes me think, okay, what does that have to do with? Why did that happen? What was I ignoring that caused that? And I haven't even looked in the book yet, but what I do know is with a cold, that comes from a feeling of overwhelm. And oftentimes, especially in the beginning of a cold, it takes us down and we have to rest. We're forced to rest. And that's happened to me twice. I had the flu this last time, I think. I had flu-like symptoms. I don't know what the heck I had, but you could say I've been feeling a little bit of overwhelm. Life has been incredibly busy and more than I am always comfortable with. And I'm like, just keep going, just keep plugging away. And including this channel and everything was saying, you gotta pause. And when I didn't, my body took control. The universe kind of threw my body, took me down, and forced me to pause. And I was like, oh, okay. And I feel like there's also a spiritual lesson there because there was clearly something that I needed to integrate, to let myself just sit with. There were many things, honestly, and I haven't even finished processing what it was even all about. But I have an idea, I think generally speaking, if we're even a little bit self-aware, we do. Anyway, there it is. You have no choice but to feel what you're feeling. Acknowledge your feelings. Let them be what they are. Let them be. They will move if you let them. Feelings just need acknowledgement, and they need to just, move. Well, we'll just leave it there. So, I'm gonna pick a couple of angel cards. Wisdom. Back here's better. The angel is at the top of a mountain with the lantern, very much like the Hermit card. Yeah. Wisdom. I need to commit. There's a certain quote I need to commit to memory about wisdom. Wisdom, it's like wisdom comes from experience. Experience comes from a lack of wisdom. Something like that. And then we've got truth. We've got two angels holding hands, looking at each other, speaking their truths to one another. There is wisdom through speaking your truth. There is, let's see, because of some kind of wisdom that you've gained, you're now able to speak your truth in a way you couldn't before. You have to have the experience. You have to integrate the knowledge in order to have the wisdom, in order to gain the truth. You don't know what you don't know. So it's like there's something here about coming to an understanding on your own, solo, by yourself, gaining that wisdom, and then sharing it with someone else, with others in general. It's taking what is within yourself and bringing it out into the world. Yeah. All right. Tea time. Makes me think. Yeah, spill the tea. I'm not going to spill my tea. Okay, so go with the wisdom of the oracle. What does this have to say? Between Worlds in Reverse. Number 3. Exchanging Gifts. 27. Clean It Up. 21. Okay, so hang on. I forget this one. What is this Between Worlds in Reverse? I have a pretty good idea, but be mindful of your expectations. This is not a time for guarantees. Things will not go exactly as you plan or dictate. Let go and see what Spirit has in store. What takes hold in your life will be better than you can imagine. All right. Okay, so keep in mind that everyone's on a different timeline. So, what I am reading could have already happened, and you're on the other side of it. Could still be coming up too. But I'm going to read it as if it's happening now. So, it feels like, stick these on my head. It feels like you were in a period of time of wanting guarantees, wanting things to work out a certain way, be what you wanted them. And you were forced to surrender and Give it up. Give it up to Source, Spirit, God, the universe. And in doing that, it was a surrender, not a giving up, but a like, okay, Jesus, take the wheel. And there's, let's see, hang on. It's like you became a team player. Instead of doing it on your own, you realized it is about coming together. Like, what can you bring to the world? What do you have to give, rather than wanting something? Because when we want a guarantee, there's a feeling of like, I need to have something work out in a certain way. And I'm drawn to the wisdom and the truth cards here, because it's like you were solo. You figured something out on your own, and you're like, I need to come together. I need to bring this truth to others. I need to share of myself, of my gifts. And receive as well. Receive others' wisdom. And so there's this, it's like, oh, we've got some kitty confirmation. In this exchange, this gift giving and receiving. And that the gifts can look like anything. It can be energetic. It can be things that you talk about with your friends, your family, people who are close to you. It can be just, exchanging smiles with random people on the street, or at the store or something. Or it can be a physical thing that you're actually showing up and giving to others. But there's this with this clean it up, it's like you're understanding now how you want to show up, that it's different than how you were doing things before. There may be a feeling of wanting to clean your physical space, or clean up your thinking, how you, like your expectations, how you expect things should work out, or how people should show up, how you think you should show up ultimately. There's a whole shift in perspective and even expectations. I feel like the expectations, you have lowered them quite a bit because of the surrender that you had to go through. And it opened you wide. There's also this exchanging gifts also speaks to being open to the messages that the universe has been trying to send you and you weren't able to hear for whatever reason. You're getting truths now that you couldn't hear before. You couldn't understand. Oh my gosh, so much kitty confirmation. And so, yeah, like cleaning it up is like, okay, let's start from scratch. Let's start over. How can we do things differently now? There is huge change happening for, like, again, in the collective, with all of these things, all of these like astrological kind of phenomena that are happening with the eclipse that just happened, the full moon lunar eclipse. That was all about kind of letting go, closing out cycles. What can you release? And then we have a solar eclipse coming up, on the, I believe on the 29th, somewhere around the end of March. That is all about bringing in the new. And we're in Aries season. So we have started, we're at the beginning of the year. The zodiacal, the zodiac starts at Aries. And it's a new beginning. Everything's fresh, everything's like, it's bold. What can we do to step forward as, especially if you think about like winter going into spring. March is when spring happens. We just had the equinox. That was the other thing. So, the equinox is that shift from, it's from dark to getting darker to lighter. It's it's a balancing. It's a well, anyway, yeah. I'm not gonna get caught up on explanations. Okay, so anyway, you're in the process of cleaning everything up and doing things new, fresh, fun, and exciting. Like, Kitty is now, like, she's got the zoomies all of a sudden. So, let me, is that what I want? Yeah, I want to get some cards from the Osho Zen Tarot. The thing I love about truth is that, I was just thinking about this yesterday, I guess. Actually, I think about this all the time. We can't be true. We can't be truthful to the people in our lives when we're not even able to be truthful with ourselves. And I've found myself thinking many times about certain people where I'm like, why couldn't they just tell me the truth? And I'm like, oh, because they didn't know the truth themselves. They were experiencing what they were experiencing, and for whatever reason couldn't. And I've definitely been there myself. And so, anyway, there's something about coming to an understanding with this wisdom and being like, oh, now I can share this. Now I know what to say. Anyway, yeah, so, and we've got sharing. That's the Queen of Fire right there. Yeah, sharing your light, sharing your resources, exchanging gifts. It's all about giving of yourself now. What does that even mean? I feel like you might be discovering gifts you didn't know you had. Or there's just a part of you that's like, what can I give? There's a generosity that's coming online. 5 of Water, clinging to the past. Interesting. Hang on. We got one more. Healing. That's the King of Water. You know what this feels like, actually, is you're sharing your truth about how you have been clinging to the past. And by sharing it, it's helping you to heal. And it's helping others to heal by you sharing your process. And where you've had trouble letting go, had trouble forgiving yourself, forgiving others. Like I was just talking about with the truth thing. There's all this, yeah. Sharing and healing the past. Things that were painful, things that you feel ashamed of, guilty about. God, I mean, yeah, these are things that have been coming up for me, especially in the last couple days. Just like feel like everything that I've ever done that I feel bad about, that feel like I've hurt somebody, has come to me, has come up, and I'm just like, ugh. Like, what do you do with that? Well, you sit with it. And one of the things I've been working on is Ho'oponopono. Just doing that on myself. And, just trying to send out, hold the space and send out as much love and forgiveness for myself and others as possible. I've done my things. I've wronged people. People have wronged me. It's like clinging to the past. It keeps you stuck in the past, and it keeps you stuck in that energy. When you can just acknowledge it and allow it and know that everyone has been through their version of that, you do your best to move on. You say, okay, well, that's not me now. That's a version of who I was. And the only thing we really can do is go, all right, well, what can I do with that? I can work on not doing that again. How can I be different? How can I show up in a new way? It points you to your true north. What do you want to be? What do you want to do? You want to give. You want to share. It's like in the vulnerability, in sharing those the stuff. It's like, you feel bad about it, or you feel whatever you feel about it. It gets it out. It takes it off your shoulders. And when you do it with someone that you trust and care about, it helps to create a lightness. So, okay. Yeah, I gotta go with the guides of the hidden realms. All eyes are open. 25. Inspired vision, clarity, perception, and revelation. Yeah. Put that right there. A way out of the weeds. A clear way out. Multitasking. Getting organized. 37. Yeah, see? Clean it up. This clarity, this perception, this revelation speaks to this wisdom. Get one more. The dream of co-creation. Manifestation, divine partnership, frequency, alignment. 26. Yeah. It's like as you're going through this healing, as you're cleaning things up, and it's by the way, that's a job that never ends. There, we're just as with your house, you cleaning it once doesn't mean you're done. It means you might be done for the day or the week or even the month, however often you like to clean. But you got to come back and do it again because the dust comes back. The stuff builds up on your floor. Like you live your life and it gets messy. And you got to go and do a little cleanup. And there's kind of the spring cleaning thing that's happening. And so it's more of a deep clean. And this can be on a very physical level. I've been thinking about doing this myself this morning, actually. Like, my house is kind of disgusting. I need to really take care of some stuff. But that's a part of the inspired vision. That's the clarity. And that's the way out of the weeds. You're like, okay, I'm going to get organized. I'm going to clean up. I'm going to make my space. I'm going to make my mental space, my emotional space, my physical space, a place that feels good, that supports me in being able to manifest, being able to connect with the universe, with that, divine source. This is getting you into alignment, that frequency alignment with what it is you actually want, with your true north. It's letting go of the past by acknowledging the past and healing where you had gotten stuck. So just looking to see what yeah, let me get the Magic of You Oracle. There's a whole new, there's something you are inspired to do or to create, there's something that with this inspired vision and then manifestation, it's like the inspired vision itself is kind of what's propelling you forward and moving you out of where you felt stuck before, out of the weeds. Yeah. Flash over. It's all in your head. Number 11. Interesting. It's all in your head. Arenda. Honor your mystical creative force. 22. Okay. Detox. Cleanse and restore yourself. Oh, it's hilarious. Let's clean it up. Number 3. Yeah. 21 breaks down to a 3. In between worlds. 3. There were no guarantees before because you had to clean up first. You had to go through. You had to get taken down. Like I did with getting sick. You had to feel those feelings. You had to let everything come to the surface in order to be able to see it, to understand, oh, to be able to look around and see clearly. It's all in your head. it was all part of, is clinging to the past. Something was holding you back. Many things. And it's like, and that's a part of the healing too, is you're like, oh, that's, let's see, how do I even say this? It's like the wisdom is understanding that it's been a story you've been telling yourself. You've been kind of fearful of your own, fearful of the shadows, of your own shadows. And now, honor your mystical creative force. There's something bubbling up within you because of doing the healing. This is a part of this inspired vision. There's something that wants to be created through you. And through cleansing and restoring yourself. And maybe this has, been forced on you, like it was with me. But if not, you have an opportunity to really take advantage of the energy right now, all this new and this big, letting go of the old, because it brings in this inspired energy. Honor your mystical creative force. This is you connecting to your higher self, to your deepest essence, in a way you never have before. It's understanding that you truly are an extension of the divine, of the universe. I mean, we are literally made of stardust. But on an energetic level, like we're, think of like a lava lamp, where the big globs come through and then they break off. It's all part of the same stuff. We're all part of the same stuff. We're all part of that divine creative force, because we are the creation. We're an extension of it. So anyway, let me finish this. Actually, I want to get some cards from the Radical Abundance deck. What can we focus on more? Companionship. Yeah, which is a part of the exchanging gifts. Go and hug. Give some hugs. Share of yourself. A hug is one of the best gifts that you can give and receive. Celebration. It's amazing. Yeah. Celebrate with, there's a bunch. They're all dancing, jumping, frolicking together. It's a group. It's going from being the lone wolf, the solo doing it yourself person, to sharing your truth. That's the companionship here. And celebrating with the people who you feel, oh, itchy nose, who you feel like you can be yourself with. You can have fun and be silly and all the things. Excuse me. Oh my God. Recovery. There are some trees where you can cut them down and they will start growing up again. They will sprout new sprouts. Doesn't always kill a tree. It depends on the tree, but through celebration there's new growth. It's chopping down the old, what's diseased and dying or dead. It's taking off the extra. It's the pruning, right? It's the pruning process. It's a part of the cleaning it up, cleanse and restore, and then recovery from that, so that the new shoots can grow up, so that there can be new life, new growth. Recovery is so important. I'll tell you right now. Speaking from experience. Because recovery is allowing yourself on all levels the grace to work on the healing, to focus on yourself. If you try to push yourself before your body is ready, you'll feel it. You'll pay the consequences. You get taken down even more. You listen and you go, all right, I'm not supposed to do anything right now. Fine. All right. I have lots to do. Fine. It'll work out. The things have a way of falling into place, working out, especially when you're letting the universe carry you. Yeah. Okay, so let's finish this off. Let's finish it with this one. Beyond Lemuria. Right? Sure. Yeah. All right. So, she has wings with eyeballs in them and stars above her head. And she looks like she's holding a little plant in one hand. And in the right hand, she's holding the plant. The right hand is the right side is the masculine, and that's the part that gives. Yeah? So she's got a little plant. She's got something new. And then in her left hand she's either holding like a crystal or something, or there's like a little portal in her hand. In the left side is the feminine and is the side that receives. So it's like receiving the energy from the universe, from others even, and then channeling that energy into something that you can grow to be able to give. Taking the seed, turning it into the bountiful harvest. The bountiful harvest with the sharing. Okay. Air. Paradigm shift. This is a time of tremendous change, and the speed of our evolution is increasing exponentially. We can build energetic sovereignty, inspire others, connect dots, and receive and share the knowledge and tools needed for transformation. And that's, the knowledge, the wisdom. And then we have the receiving and sharing with this truth. For transformation, yeah. As we wake up, we can't help but awaken those around us. It may start with an inquiry on what this fresh, new, and long-awaited breath in is all about. An expansive being holds a tiny, heart-shaped seedling. When the foundations we build on come from a place of love over fear, we will see huge positive changes in the world. And I feel like that's what this clinging to the past is. This is clinging to the fear. And by healing that, you're releasing that and moving into a place of love. Huge positive changes in the world because of this. And then it says we can start with ourselves. And I would venture to say we can, well, I feel like in this case it is crucial to start with ourselves, because we are the center of our own universe. And so you start with yourself, and there's going to be a ripple effect. It's going to naturally happen. You don't have to force anything. You just take what you've learned, take that wisdom, and then share it. Share that truth. And watch the magic. Watch the magic happen. All right, there it is. Woo! I'm going to end it there. Thank you so much for being here, for liking, subscribing, sharing, whatever, if you feel like it. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and week, wherever you are in the world, and I will see you on the next video. Mwah. And yeah, that's it. Bye.